Hello YouTube. I haven't made a video in a while, um, but I wanted to tell you guys what the Lord said to me in January. Um, I moved. My house was foreclosed. I tried working with the lender and to work things out, but they wouldn't do it, so I had to move. So I moved back to my hometown and into this two-bedroom fourplex. Um, and the people that lived below me, this guy and his wife and his kids, 6 people living in a two-bedroom, which I'm sure was pretty difficult. But this is his wife and kids. But I recognized them because they used to visit when I lived in my house. They used to visit this lady that tortured me that lived on the corner, and they would go visit them. So I knew from the get-go that these guys were torturers, and that's exactly what they did. They tortured me from day one. And my son now had to leave. He left on January 8th. And that's when these people, and he was gone for a couple of months, but that's on January 8th is when they started. It was like right around evening they started to hit me in my head. Now I made a video about how I thought the biker had I thought he had the whole neighborhood hitting me simultaneously with beams all at the same time, because no matter how I tried to cover up my head, they still got in there, and it was extremely painful. I made a video on that. I couldn't sit still. I had to keep moving. I mean, it's that painful. These people started on January 8th, and they did it for 2 days. They did it all that night, all the next day. This is their son here. I'll take a break here. This is their son here, who's 17. He did most of the torturing while they were here. See, they were moving here because they got evicted for some of the stuff they had done to me. They broke my window in my truck, which is the SUV black one, dirty one. Needed a bath. They broke my window there, and then the mail. See, they used to send their kids outside. I have a video too, and it's near the end of this video, because I have them all on my timeline, and it's near the end, and it's just a little snippet of what was normal. They would all gang up on me and call me stupid and dumb, and I was ugly, but mind you, the Lord told me never to talk to them, and I never talked to them. Only a couple of times did I say maybe a total of 10 words to them. I never spoke to them. They were always this way, though, towards me. It's because that's what they do. They torture you. They want you to bully you until you want to commit suicide, or they have other ways of killing you. TI's lifespan is usually right around 10 years. So, and it's from all the sleep deprivation, because your body needs sleep. One time they kept me up for 2 weeks straight. See, and they hit you in the heart, and they see, because your heart, about anything else, needs sleep. It needs rest. These people know that, and that's why they keep you up, to put strain on your heart. And then they keep you in this, they try to. You see, I give everything to the Lord. The Lord told me, I think it was even last year, that in 2013, he told me, give it to him, and then in return, he will give me peace. He said, now, isn't that a good return? And I said, that's a great return, thank you. This is their son. He used to get up underneath my window wherever I'd go in the apartment, and he would get up under one of the windows and start yelling up that, just mean words like, why don't you move, you're ugly, and hey, we hate you, and stuff like this. But anyway, where was I? So anyway, in January, my son had to leave, and these people started hitting me in my head. I made a video of this when I lived in my house. Um, I thought the biker had all the people that were torturing me hit me in the same time in my head in different areas, because no matter where I went or how I tried to cover my head, I couldn't get the pain to go away, and it was excruciating. And the most they've ever done it was 3 hours. Well, these guys, when my son left in January 8th of 2014, he left for a couple of months, and I was home, and that very first day they started hitting me in my head, and it was that way, and they did it for all that night, all that day, all that night, up until almost the evening of the next day. And I was on the floor. My body went into shock. I was ready to die. I told the Lord, I'm gonna come and see ya, because I thought I was gonna die. And I was bawling the whole time they were doing this. It was that painful. And they quit, but they quit only for like 2 hours, and then they started back up. And the Lord, it was like the Lord doing it. That I grabbed this. I started making these aluminum cans. I'd flatten them out, and then I'd wrap them up with some material, and then I'd sew them all together, and then plug up the plugs with aluminum foil wrapped in cloth, and to make it like a blanket. Anyway, I had one of the cans that I was ready to sew on. Anyway, I grabbed that and I stuck it on my carotid artery, and they started doing that again, and it it stopped the pain instantly. It was God that did that, and so He showed me how they did it. They go in through your carotid artery, and it goes up into all points of your brain. Everywhere you have blood flow, that's where it was all going. But if you push hard enough with something metal, I guess, to stop the current, it stops it. Yeah, the pain went instantly. So God showed me how they were doing that. Thank God, because now I can stop them. I was on the floor. I was ready to die. My body was shaking, and it was cold. It was damp. I was going into. I was in shock. My body was shutting down. But God showed me how they were doing it, so they quit. But anyway, I asked the Lord. I said, Lord, they almost killed me. It was like the next day. And by the way, I was in bed. After that, I was in bed for 2 weeks. I couldn't get out. My body was like out of it. It was like I was sick or something. It did a number on my body. I was in bed for like 2 whole weeks. For the first week, I was definitely in bed. For the second, I was not going anywhere. I was just out of it. Anyway, so I asked the Lord. I says, Lord, they almost killed me. It was like the day after. And I says, are you going to do anything? Are you going to avenge me? And he said, the pressure's going to fall. Well, I didn't know what he meant. And then all of a sudden, all this weird weather and all these lows were coming. Low pressures were coming on the weather maps. And he told me, because he was going to go after the people that started this first. And so, yeah, then you start seeing the northern vortex coming down and stuff, and then the jet stream. There was this one newscaster that said that he never seen the jet stream moved like that before. So I think it was a God thing, and God's ready to come get us.
On the west coast, where California has had the lowest rainfall since records began more than a century ago. These fields are usually bountiful. President Obama has promised government money to help Californian farmers and, more controversially, will ask Congress next month to spend $1 billion on a climate resilience fund. Beth McLeod, BBC News, Washington.
So, whether you're on the east coast of the US or in northern Europe, what everyone would like to understand is not only what's causing these extremes this winter, but what's making them last so long. Well, scientists at a major conference in Chicago think it could be because of a change in the jet stream pattern. Our science correspondent, Palep Ghosh, reports from there now.
The storms in Britain never seem to end, while America has experienced bitterly cold conditions. Chicago is used to freezing winters, but data taken from this weather station shows that it's been one of the coldest on record, and the same is true across many other parts of the United States. So the big question is whether this can be explained by natural variability, or whether something has gone wrong with our weather. Some scientists are worried that the recent warming in the Arctic has shifted the main system that drives weather patterns in northern Europe and North America. A current of fast-flowing air in red and green called the jet stream. It's too soon to tell whether this shift in the jet stream is permanent or whether it's a direct result of man-made climate change. But the new research suggests we should expect more winters like the ones we've had in the years ahead. Palep Ghosh, BBC News, Chicago.
Now, this camera's hidden. I scooted it out of the screen.
Retard? Bitch. Crazy? Fucking freak? You're crazy. What? Go inside. She's a freak. She just broke down.
This guy, he tortures me too, and he lived across the street, but he since moved. But that was just a little snippet of my daily, what I had to go through when these guys lived here. So they had to move. They were evicted because of the fight they had with my disabled son and the damage they did to my truck. So that was good news. Well, God bless and take care.